Welcome to that Double D team. It's your boy DIGA. This is the top 10 cartoons. D uploaded his video already. JD's uploading his next. But we're gonna go in. Here's my number one. Now, these are not in any particular order. But then again, this is kind of like from, I guess, when I remember first seeing them, from child anyway. Number one will be the original Looney Tunes. Old school Bugs, Daffy, Elmer Fudd, all the rest of them, Foghorn, Leghorn, all that. Many hours watching these cartoons, childhood and shit. We're gonna move on. Number two, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Classic. I mean, they made movies out of it, and I remember the old school movies that they made, classics. But my favorite was Michelangelo. Yeah, Michelangelo. Nunchucks, bust your shit open, and it kind of got me addicted to the pizza at a young age. Moving on. Number three, Rugrats. I can't really say too much about Rugrats. It was crazy how these parents didn't know that their children were talking, running out doing all kind of crazy adventures, and this little badass girl named Angela, she knows what's going on, but she says nothing. You know what? Moving on. Number four, Doug. Now, Doug it showed me what it would be like to be in school growing up, and I can't say I related to it, but it was kind of comical to watch, for me anyway. Moving on, number five, Tiny Toons. Once again, it's basically like Looney Tunes, but just a younger version of them. It was cool. Baby Taz and, the ducks and rabbits and shit like that. It was cool. Moving on, number six, Beavis and Butthead. Beavis and Butthead was, it was funny. It was funny. I was young watching it, so at the time I didn't really understand it. But then as I got older and I watched them again, I was thinking, yo, this is some crazy shit. These dudes only thing they weren't doing was smoking, They weren't smoking or drinking, anything like that, but they were just doing some wild, outrageous shit that you wouldn't expect, kids to be doing. I don't really remember how old they were, but they were in high school, so I'm guessing from the age of like 14 to 18. And they had Daria, she came from Beavis and Butthead, and Hank from King of the Hill. They got their little spin-offs in, So shout out to Beavis and Butthead for that one. Making the way for the shows. But my number seven is The Simpsons. Still to this day, I still watch Simpsons to this day. I think a new episode just popped off like 2-3 days ago. Still to this day, I watch The Simpsons. The Simpsons, I don't know where to start. They predict shit. Whatever goes on in The Simpsons, it's gonna pop off like 4 or 5 years from now. Maybe not even then, probably like 10, 15 years, but it's gonna happen. And I'm pretty sure what's the kid's name? Milhouse, he done solved some algorithm that some scientists couldn't even solve, but they solved it back in like 98. And it got solved finally in like 2015. Believe it or not. Check the stats. Anyway, moving on. Number 8. The greatest manga show I've seen brought to America, and people just adapt to it and love it. Dragonball Z. Now, I should say the whole franchise, from Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Kai, I don't know, and they got movies and all that, but the original Dragon Ball Z, that was crazy. The Frieza story, Cell, Majin Buu, all that, Vegeta, Nappa, Kakarot, Piccolo, the original Piccolo, where he was an asshole and he didn't fuck with the Saiyans. That was my shit. But yeah. Moving on. Number 9. You can see where my humor comes from. Robot Chicken. Crazy. Yeah, Seth Green. Seth Green? I think Seth Green. Yeah. He's a funny guy. Funny guy. I like his humor and the way he adapts the toys, clay figures, and does his thing with it. It's real dope. Moving on. Number 10. Boondocks. I know. I don't gotta say no more about that. Boondocks is dope. Everyone who watches Boondocks knows it's dope. If you don't watch the Boondocks, watch the Boondocks. That's my 10. I have a couple honorable mentions. I have Ren and Stimpy. My childhood was so fucked up. Recess. Recess was dope. Yeah, I got a couple more. But X-Men, Spider-Man, The Tick, Fox back in the day was real dope. But yeah. That's my 10. Like I said before, D did his, JD's doing his. They'll be uploaded soon. Till next time. Peace.